Okay, Chapter 10. Chapter 10 is going to be kind of a trig review, okay? So we have sine, cosine, and tangent, okay? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of SOHCAHTOA, okay? That's the abbreviation for all of those. So it says express cosine u as a fraction in simplest terms. So cosine u equals, well, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Well, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Okay, so the number on the bottom is 15. Now, adjacent, here's angle u. Adjacent would be right next to, so that's 10. 10/15 in lowest terms is 2/3. Now, you can put 10 over 15 in your calculator, and it'll tell you the fraction. It'll reduce it to the lowest terms for you. Okay, sine q. Here's q. So sine q. Well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. There's my hypotenuse. So 13 on the bottom. And then opposite. Opposite is across the triangle from the angle. So 12 is across from q. Well, that's already in lowest terms, so it's 12 over 13. Okay? All right, tangent. Okay, of B. So here's B. Now, tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay? So we don't need the hypotenuse here. So opposite B is 10, and adjacent to B is 24. Well, that reduces to 5 over 12. Okay? All right? Sine W. Okay, here's my hypotenuse. Here's W. My hypotenuse is 26. All right, opposite. Uh-oh. There's nothing there. Uh-oh. All right, well, so we'll put an X there. So, in this case, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem. What is the Pythagorean theorem? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. C is the hypotenuse. Okay? So, my hypotenuse is 26. So, this equation equals 26 squared. Okay? Now, the legs are x and 24. So I've got x squared plus 24 squared. Now, I don't know how your geometry teacher taught you how to solve this equation, but we're going to make this very simple. We are only going to use the calculator one time. That's it. So I don't care what 24 squared is. I don't care what 26 squared is. I know I have to subtract whatever 24 squared is from both sides. So those go away, and I've got x squared equals 26 squared minus 24 squared. I don't care what it is. Don't find it. Don't put it in the calculator. Okay? Now, we need to get x. Well, to do that, I need to take the square root of both sides. Okay? So x is the square root of 26 squared minus 24 squared. Now, I'm going to use the calculator. So, square root 26 squared minus 24 squared is 10. Well, that worked out nice. Okay, so my opposite side is 10. So 10 goes there. Well, 10 over 26 in lowest terms is 5 over 13. Okay, so there's going to be problems where they don't give you one of the sides, and you'll need it, okay? So you have to do Pythagorean theorem in that case. All right, tangent of O. So here's O. So I've got opposite. Uh-oh, I don't have opposite. Over adjacent. Well, I do have adjacent, 36. So once again, I have to use Pythagorean theorem. Well, 46 or 45 is my hypotenuse. Okay, so I've got x squared plus 36 squared equals 45 squared. Because remember, 45 is the hypotenuse, which is c. So I minus 36 squared to both sides. So x squared equals 45 squared minus 36 squared. Take the square root of both sides. So x is the square root of 45 squared minus 36 squared. Now you use your calculator. Square root 45 squared minus 36 squared. X equals 27. Well, that worked out well. So my side opposite is 27. Well, 27 over 36 reduces to 3/4. And again, in your calculator, if you put 27 divided by 36, it's going to reduce it to lowest terms for you. So you don't have to figure that out. All right. Cosine K, last one. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Uh-oh. I don't have a hypotenuse. But where's K? Right there. So I do have adjacent. So I do have the 6 on top. But now I got to find the hypotenuse. Well, remember, the hypotenuse is C. So this problem is 6 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. So this time, the hypotenuse is x. So that changes where stuff goes in the Pythagorean theorem. Now here's the good news. X squared is already by itself. So right now, I can take the square root of both sides. So x is the square root of 6 squared plus 8 squared. Well, if I do that, I get 10. So my hypotenuse is 10. So that means the number on the bottom of the cosine ratio is 10. And 6 over 10 reduces to 3/5. Okay? So the first 3 problems, you didn't have to do anything. Just identify opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, whatever you need to, reduce to lowest terms. The last 3 problems, you needed to do the Pythagorean theorem to find one of the missing parts of the fraction. So just pay attention to that as you do these.